Hey everyone, David Coe, the Coe Real Estate Group. Hey, in today's video, I am going to cover something that a lot of people that are looking to sell their home start to think about hiring a listing agent and may wonder what are kind of the top skills that you should be looking for when you're looking to hire a listing agent. So there are all kinds of skills that you need to be a successful listing agent, but today I'm going to kind of cover the 4 top skills that you should be looking at. Okay, so number 1, as a listing agent, you need to have an effective pricing strategy. Not just having a price, but a strategy on how you're going to price that home. And more importantly, that strategy needs to be data driven. One of the oldest tricks in the book is when you're going to list a property as a listing agent, you set an unrealistic high price. The potential sellers get all excited, they choose you, and then you're locked into some kind of listing contract with an overpriced listing, and then they'll slowly start to lower the price down as the more days on market accumulate. That's not how we do it. We actually sit there and look at the comps, understanding which property it makes the most sense to be basing your price off of. I always like to find that one hero comp, and if you have 2 or 3, that's even better, where you can say, man, these 2 properties are very, very similar. They're a little different here, but so much alike here, and then setting a price on that. Then from a strategy standpoint, how can I be a little under maybe what the value of that property is to generate multiple offers and a lot of traffic so the price sells quickly? In real estate, the faster a property sells, the more it will sell for. The longer it takes, the less it will sell for. It's just basic human nature, and understanding how to strategize the list price of that property to accelerate the time it takes to get under contract is super important when you're listing a property. Number 2, you have to be a great negotiator, and I will say the first thing you can do to be a great negotiator is to do number 1 right. Right? If you price it right and you get multiple offers, it's so much easier to negotiate on behalf of a seller when you've got multiple bidders trying to buy that property. If I am negotiating with just one buyer, it's really that buyer versus my client, the seller. But if there's multiple buyers in there, when I'm negotiating with that agent, they're not just negotiating against me, they're negotiating against another party or 2, and they have no idea who those people are, what their interests may be, and that's when people tend to do something a little irrational on the buyer side, which might be super important and financially beneficial to my client on the sell side. Beyond just getting a deal in escrow, going through escrow, making sure you're negotiating the request for repairs when there's inspections and how you handle some things, and quite honestly, making sure that I am letting my seller know, while, look, they've been in the home a long time, they have a very strong emotional attachment to that home. Sometimes it's helping them understand that maybe what the other side is asking for is fair, and it is worth accepting or negotiating on to make sure that we can get this deal to close escrow, which is my number 1 job. So negotiating is key, but pricing it first is the most important part of that. Third, you need to have a strong marketing plan, right? You can't take your cell phone and take photos. You need to hire professional photographers. You need to hire and do 3D walkthroughs, so people that might want to tour the property online before they come in can actually see the house that they're about to get. And even before you do all of that, you have to make sure the property is presented properly. You only get 1 chance to make a first impression. So if we're not going to be staging the home, which is usually what we like to do, we at least want to make sure the home is decluttered. It feels airy, it feels open, it feels light, and it feels warm. It feels like a place that when someone walks in, they want to live in. We always tell our clients that someone's going to decide whether or not they want to buy your home in the first 30 to 60 seconds they come up. They're going to walk up, they're going to see what curb appeal it has and whether or not your house looks cute and adorable, and they're going to walk in, see the living room or see whatever room they kind of move into, and from that moment, they've already made up their mind. The rest of their tour, they're either reinforcing their decision to buy or reinforcing their decision not to buy and moving on to the next property. So presenting the home is key, but then capturing it and making sure it's online. Almost 70% of all buyers start their search online. So making sure you've got a strong marketing plan that involves online advertising is super key. And then lastly, you need someone who's a great communicator. And it's not just about when and what they communicate, but how they communicate to you. I'm a communications major, and one of the first things we learned is that the value of your communication is based on who is receiving that message. Understanding who you're communicating to is most important as a communicator. So when I'm working with a client, I want to know what's their preference. Are they the types of people that want to have long conversations? Maybe they're the types of people that want to have short text. Some people want very long emails, so they have a record of conversations and they can kind of pour through it. Some people want a combination of all three of those. So someone who's communicating to you based on how you want to be communicated to and keeping you updated along the way is super important. So those are 4 things. Like I said, there's probably many more than that, but I think when you're looking for a listing agent to sell your home, you should be looking at. So, hey, we possess all those qualities. So when you're ready to make a move, we certainly like a chance to advertise and apply for that job. Please feel free to call myself, someone from the team. We would love to talk to you and help you guide you through your next move. David Coe with the Coe Real Estate Group. I hope you're doing well, and I hope to talk to you soon.